Please don't begin interpreting yet. This is a brief introduction. In my speech today, I will talk about the effects of climate change on the island nation of Tuvalu. I will mention the following terms: the Commonwealth, archipelago, lagoon, high salinity soil, digitization, augmented and virtual reality, cloud servers, as well as the metaverse. I will now begin my speech. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, water is one of the most crucial elements for our existence. We use water for various different purposes. We use it for cooking, drinking, bathing, and in many other areas of our lives, such as in agriculture, industry, and in the production of electricity. But what if water, so crucial for maintaining life on Earth, was in fact a threat to your entire existence? Well, that is the case for the approximately 12,000 inhabitants of Tuvalu. Now, you're probably thinking, Tuvalu? I've never heard of Tuvalu. And that's the reaction that I've usually received when I've mentioned Tuvalu to other people. So, let me explain a little bit more. Tuvalu is a country located in the Pacific Ocean, comprising of several small islands. With a total land area of just 26 square kilometers, Tuvalu is the world's fourth smallest country. Tuvalu is also the world's second least populated country after the Vatican City. This means that Tuvalu is the country with the second smallest population. Tuvalu is also a member of the Commonwealth. So, like various other countries, such as Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, the British monarch, which is currently King Charles III, is Tuvalu's head of state. As an island nation, the ocean understandably plays a crucial role in Tuvalu's economy and culture. Its economic life is heavily reliant on income generated from the fishing industry, and 42% of Tuvalu's population is involved in fishing activities to some extent. Many of the species of fish that can be found in the archipelago's lagoons and surrounding ocean form a staple of the local diet. These fish species are a very important part of the local cuisine. But the future of Tuvalu is increasingly being threatened by the impact of climate change. With the current rate of sea level rise, it's estimated that by the year 2100, 95% of Tuvalu's land surface will be completely flooded, and thus rendered uninhabitable. In addition to this, rising sea levels are a threat to Tuvalu's drinking water, food security, and energy supplies. Critical crops, such as coconuts, are failing in high salinity soil and due to changing weather conditions. And the availability of fresh food in the islands is becoming almost non-existent. Tuvalu is becoming increasingly dependent on highly processed foods, such as tinned foods, as a replacement for the fresh foods that are no longer available. Therefore, the question of survival is one of great urgency for the people of Tuvalu. In an interview with the Guardian newspaper, one young Tuvaluan stated that the fear of the future is the predominant emotion felt among the population of Tuvalu, describing being afraid of the future as being worse than being afraid of heights or being afraid of the dark. And although efforts to reclaim land and prevent further flooding are currently underway, lack of action by the international community, as well as increasing migration by Tuvaluan citizens to other countries in the region, in particular to New Zealand, has led Tuvalu's politicians to look for alternative ways of saving its cultural and linguistic identity. In the face of extinction, Tuvalu's government has announced a plan to develop a digital nation. The government is examining how it can use augmented and virtual reality to allow future and displaced generations of Tuvaluans to continue to exist as both a culture and as a nation. As part of the plan, Tuvaluans will be able to interact in a digital dimension. This digital dimension would help to preserve their language and customs. By using satellite imagery and photos, the government hopes to digitally recreate the country's landscape, a landscape which one day may cease to exist in the real world. As part of the digitization process, all government services will be transferred to a cloud server. This will allow elections to be held in the country and thus allow the country to continue to exist, albeit in the metaverse. While it's still to be seen if Tuvalu will become the world's first digital nation, the plight of its people shows that through the devastating effects of climate change, water may very well go from being Tuvalu's source of life to its cause of death. Thank you.